Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today I want to talk about the Halo Master Chief Collection. This is a huge release for the Xbox One. Now, not since Valve's Orange Box release have I seen so much value packed into one game release. This is essentially 4 games plus some extras all packed into one. You get Halo Anniversary Edition, you get Halo 2 Anniversary, which is basically a brand new remastered Halo game, and it looks great, and that's what we're going to be focusing on in today's video. You also get Halo 3, Halo 4, you get to watch the digital Nightfall series, and you also get into Halo 5 Guardians multiplayer beta. Now what's really cool about this package is that rather than giving you just a bunch of different games all kind of crammed into one general package, they actually allow you to access all 4 games just from launching Halo Master Chief Collection. So you don't have to exit out of one game, open a new game, set up different settings for each individual game. When you configure your controls in this, you can actually apply your sensitivity setting universally between all games. A brand new user interface has been designed to seamlessly transition between which games you're playing, and it tracks your stats also across all games. So you can look at a huge variety of stats, there's new achievements to get, and basically it allows you to play through this epic campaign, this epic saga of 4 games and not really feel like you're transitioning from one crazy different game to the next. The fact that Halo 1 and Halo 2 have now been remastered with really good and improved graphics makes the transition from Halo 1 to Halo 2 to Halo 3 and Halo 4 not that drastic. And just like Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition, Halo 2 also offers a really cool feature that allows you to just hit a single button on the controller that switches you back to old school graphics, just so you can see how far the game has actually come in the last 10 years. And as gimmicky as this feature sounds, I ended up using it quite a bit because it really is cool to see that massive level of graphical difference. It's kind of like going through time in just half a second. All you do is hit that button, graphics change over. And you gotta wonder how much ingenuity it actually took to implement that feature. One of the other really cool things about Master Chief Collection is that all the games run at 60 FPS, which is a very big deal, especially for console players. A lot of console games are coming out nowadays that still run at 30 FPS, and it's taking a little while for the industry to kind of switch over and make the change to 60 FPS being sort of the minimum standard for shooters on consoles. And I think this is a really good and ambitious thing that they've decided to do with the Master Chief Collection. They certainly didn't have to, but it's definitely going to be well received by fans, and I gotta say the gameplay looks really solid and really smooth. That being said, while playing through the Halo 2 campaign, there were moments where I noticed considerable frame drop, and just to check it out I switched the graphics back to old school style, and it was very clear that I was getting much lower frames on the remastered edition. Now this was only in certain areas, usually when looking out over a long vista or there's a lot of polygons or things to render in front of me, but still not being able to render a constant 60 FPS while playing the campaign was a little bit of a letdown. I have a feeling it's going to be a different situation in multiplayer. However, there is also a little bit of an issue going on with multiplayer. Maybe it's fixed by the time I post this video, but as of right now, while I'm recording this voiceover, it is almost impossible to get into a multiplayer match. You go online, you find a game mode or a game type that you might want to play. There's certain ones that are really popular. Even if you pick the most popular game modes, it could still take 45 minutes to an hour, or it might never work for you to try and get into a match. And people want to play so much that they're actually waiting this crazy long period of time to get into a multiplayer match. I myself tried it. I waited for about 20 minutes and then I just gave up on it. I'm not going to sit around all day waiting to get into just one single game of Halo, because after that game ends you have to repeat the same process. Now this is definitely a really big launch day issue, and I know 343 are working hard to try and fix it, but it is a very unfortunate aspect of the Master Chief Collection launch, because most Halo fans I think were really looking forward to playing a lot of that multiplayer. Now as far as the Halo 2 single player remastered edition goes, it was beautiful. It was really cool to play through the same campaign again, just with much better looking graphics, and the cutscenes are just drop dead gorgeous. Blur Studios, really well known for doing a lot of Warhammer cutscenes and a ton of games out there. They just make some of the coolest cutscenes I've ever seen. I've remastered all of the cutscenes for Halo 2 and they just look amazing. Here's a good example of just how impactful some of these cool cutscenes can be. Now what we're looking at here is the original cutscene of Mastermind, this big Venus flytrap-like plant that lived below the ocean in Halo, and it was just a goofy character, and I remember when I first saw it I was really annoyed by it. I thought it was stupid, I thought he looked stupid, and it kind of upset me because we're playing this cool sci-fi tactical shooter and all of a sudden this giant Venus flytrap pops out of nowhere and starts telling you the mysteries of the universe and stuff like that. Now here is the re-rendered, or rather pre-rendered cutscene that Blur Studios did for Remastered Edition, and it is crazy different. Not only does the plant look actually really creepy, but it looks much more characteristic of what the character was supposed to be. I'm still not a huge fan of how the Gravemind character works in the Halo story, but at least this cutscene makes it a lot more palatable than it was originally. Now aside from the multiplayer matchmaking, I did take issue with a few other areas of the game. One of them was something that seemed to happen quite frequently. I would kill all the bad guys in a room, Cortana or somebody was supposed to open up a new door for me to go through, and I would just sit there and I'd be waiting for it to happen and nothing would trigger the next door to open. I would then backtrack a little, explore around, and ultimately come to the conclusion that I was in the right place originally, and then upon re-entering the same room, then the level trigger would occur and I would be able to move on to the next room. Another similar aspect of this was voiceovers or audio cues that would cue at the wrong time, sometimes too early or sometimes too late, which made me think like, oh, did I just complete this room? Did I just beat this mission? Oh wait, the audio cue was at the wrong time. And that kind of just throws you off, especially when you're getting into the story or the campaign a bit, and then a weird bug like that happens. Ultimately though, the campaign bugs were pretty minor and they really didn't detract too much from my immersion and my enjoyment of it. Mostly I was just really fixated on how much better this game looks compared to the original Halo 2. Not to say that the original Halo 2 didn't look good for its time, but oh man does the remastered version really breathe some new life into this game. So this is the first of what I hope can be many videos covering the Halo Master Chief Collection. I really wish I could have shown you guys some multiplayer, but it was just taking way too long to get into a single game. One can only hope that 343 Industries fixes that multiplayer matchmaking issue as soon as possible and we can get into some of the cool matchmaking between all 4 Halo games. As always guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.